Fusion and tag team wrestling in the Smoky Mountain area. And of course tonight a unique 3-team, 9-man street fight type match. And of course the Heavenly Bodies have added beautiful Bobby Eaton. The Rock and Roll Express have added the Enforcer, AA, Arn Anderson. And of course Dutch Mantell has linked himself with the stud stable. And Lance is going to be a barn burner.
I tell you what, Les, let's take a listen. I think it would be interesting to hear what each one of the teams had to say in the locker room about this 9-man street fight showdown that's coming up. Let's take a listen.
Fans, here we are with Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden, part of the stud stable. It's the great Smoky Mountain street fight tonight at the Bluegrass Brawl in Pikeville.
Bluegrass Brawl, brother. Pikeville, Kentucky, I wouldn't miss this night for nothing, because it's going to be history made here tonight in Pikeville, Kentucky. I'm going to go back here in this other dressing room and tape up these fists and beat somebody to a bloody pulp right here in Pikeville. Jim Cornette might as well be you, boy.
You know, Dutch people been sitting out here, man. They've been inside their house, snow up to the side of their windows, closed up in the doors, can't even push the door open to get out. And now they got their opportunity, and you don't have to do what you regularly do up here, and that's sit on the front end of your car out there in summertime and watch life go by, because it's come right to you this time. And I'm going to guarantee you something. There's a few boys out here that need to pay some dues, and we've been waiting all damn year to make a bid. Bring it on, Daddy, bring it on.
Let me say something. You know, I came in here today on pack mule. I went through boat, ferry, I walked a while, I hitchhiked, I stole a car, I got kicked out of a motel, restaurant, and a newspaper office all the day before I got here. So you can say I'm not in a real good mood. So when I show up here in this stinking Smoky Mountain, this stinking Pikeville, Kentucky, with the Kentucky Brawl, the Smoky Mountain Showdown, let me tell you one thing. I'm going to introduce 6 other guys to Shoe Baby. And it'll stop a 1,200-pound bull, and I think it'll stop Eaton, it'll stop the Rock and Roll, it'll stop Arn Anderson, it'll stop Stan Lane, it'll stop everybody. And Cornette, I'm going to send word right to you. You run your mouth about me, and my ears have been burning off for the last couple of months because I know you've been yap, all about me. Cornette, I'm going to track you down in there, and when it's all said and done, and the stud stable, me and my good friends, Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden, and we're standing.
I love you too,
I love you guys. We got history. You're looking at history in the making here, and when that bell rings, the stud stable, we're going to be standing victorious. We're going to see you guys in a short time.
Fans, it's a Bluegrass Brawl. Everybody all over's been talking about this 3-team street fight, the Heavenly Bodies, the Stud Stable, and the Rock and Roll Express with the Enforcer, Arn Anderson.
Do you actually think when they enlisted my services they weren't thinking ahead to this match in particular? I'm going to be a little subdued for just a minute because I want you to relate back, Bodies. I want you to relate back, Stud Stable, to that nagging feeling that you get when you don't have any underwear on. And it's just worrying you, bothering you to death. You can't figure out why, but it's driving you crazy. Then I want you to flip it on over to another feeling some of us have experienced. When you get that DUI and you smack into the back of somebody, and you know when you wake up the next morning with those stitches in your head that it's bad. And it's going to get worse when you go before that judge. You don't know how bad it's going to be, but you know it's going to be real bad. Well, in this case, we're the judge and jury. I'm not all dressed up right now. I don't have what I'm going to be bringing because I don't want anybody stooging me off. They're dressed up. You know what to expect out of them. You always have. Me, it's just going to be fear of the unknown. I'm subdued now, but shortly, my friend, I'm the dirtiest player in the game, and I'm going to show you 6 gentlemen why. Tell them, Rico.
That's right. Now you see, Cornette, how come we have Arn Anderson as our partner? Because he don't care if the sun don't shine. You know, brother, he goes to the other and look over a bull's butt and tell you the price of butter. But let me tell you one thing else, Jimmy Cornette and the Stud Stable. The time has come to prove who is the best team around here. And you're looking at it right here.
I can tell you this. The more he speaks, the worse it gets. I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. Yeah. My suggestion would be, don't show up. The life you save may be your own.
Fans, it's the Bluegrass Brawl, 3-team street fight, anything goes. The Rock and Roll Express and the Enforcer, Arn Anderson, the Stud Stable, and these guys, the Heavenly Bodies, and their manager, Jim Cornette.
You know, I could sit here and talk about all the money that we're going to make if we win this match, but you see, even though money is very important to us, it makes the world go round. What we're talking about right now, tonight,
on the way to the ring right now, my friend, is pride. Pride in the fact that we have never, ever, read my lips, ever lost a street fight. And, brother, we don't intend to tonight, regardless of who it is, Arn Anderson, the stud stable, the rock and roll. Brother, pride is on the line, and we're the baddest guys you ever did see when that pride's on the line. Right, Tom?
If you think that Arn Anderson is going to be your savior, some white and shining knight in armor to come and save you, Rock and Roll Express, I can tell you this. Stan Lane and myself have never lost a street fight in our lives. And with the addition of Bobby Eaton, I can tell you this. If the stud stable thinks 3-on-1 is going to help them, we got 3-on-3-on-3. And you're looking at the Smoky Mountain Tag Team Champions, which gives us just a little more edge than anybody else in the ring.
Tell him, Jimbo.
You see, there's a lot of firsts going on tonight. It's the first annual Bluegrass Brawl. It's the first time that anybody has ever seen the Rock and Roll Express and Arn Anderson together. It's the first time that a match like this has ever been held, a 3-team, 9-man street fight anywhere in the world of wrestling. And it's also going to be the first time that the people of Pikeville, Kentucky see the stud stable, those sway-back mules carted out of the ring on a stretcher. It's going to be the first time they've ever seen the Rock and Roll Express carted out of the ring on a stretcher. And it's going to be the first time that they've ever seen the enforcer, Arn Anderson, the dirtiest player in the game, a guy who has taken people and crippled them and broken them into bits time after time in the wrestling profession. It's going to be the first time that they have ever seen Arn Anderson begging and pleading for mercy. The Heavenly Bodies, the Smoky Mountain Tag Team Champions, beautiful Bobby Eaton, Dr. Tom Pritchard, sweet Stan Lane, brother, the baddest combination in the history of professional wrestling. And me, Jim Cornette, right along ringside calling the shots. There's no way, shape, or form that the Heavenly Bodies can lose a street fight. I got my secret weapons, and we're coming with plenty of heavy hardware for the Great Smoky Mountain Showdown right here at the Bluegrass Brawl, brother.